Continuing with Arizona Senators John McCain and John KYL. Now, what happened between Senator KYL and President Obama? News hit this week, the one-on-one that you had with President Obama. What happened?
Well, I'm not trying to make a big deal out of it. He just told me what he told me, and I accept that. We were talking about the difficulties of moving forward, and one of the things he said was that there are people on his side that believe that if we secure the border, then people on, I think his words were you guys, meaning Republicans, would be less likely to support comprehensive immigration reform. And that's why they weren't supportive of it. And I said, well, I think we have an obligation, both you and we, to secure the border, irrespective of comprehensive immigration reform. And the irony is, if we do secure the border, you're more likely to get comprehensive reform. I was asked at a meeting why I thought they took the position they did, and I said, well, one problem is this, and I articulated it. So,
is there any indication that there would be bipartisan work on immigration reform?
Well, there can always be bipartisan work on immigration reform, but it is very clear that the border is not secure. It can be made secure without comprehensive reform. All we need is some additional appropriation for the additional troops and fencing and a jail space and so on, and we can secure the border. And that once the border is secure, then I think there'll be a much more open mind to think about all the different pieces that might form a comprehensive immigration bill. But until it is secure, I don't think the political conditions are there.
I use the term war because that's a word that's been tossed around when we've taken trips down to the border in that area. We've even been to Mexico with Secretary of State Clinton on one of these issues. How bad is it, Senator McCain?
It's bad in this respect, that there are certain areas of the border that we've made great progress. The Yuma sector of the Arizona border, San Diego, parts of Texas. But in other ways that you really hard to put numbers to, it's really gotten worse because of the rise, the dramatic increase in the violence south of our border, the increased effectiveness and murderous, barbaric behavior by these drug cartels, the fact that drug cartels and human smugglers are working together, that's violence that is going on, which is an existential threat to the government of Mexico, has really increased, raised the stakes rather dramatically in our requirement to get our border secure. And we have a 10-point plan, John and I, surveillance people and the fencing completed and replaced where it's need to be, and we can secure the border.
Senator KYL, one of my colleagues, Adam Housley, had a report today that members of the drug cartels are actually in Arizona, and they have sort of staging grounds doing surveillance on the border and to help drugs and anything else come through the state. Have you heard anything like that? Or are there actually drug cartel people stationed in the United States?
Yes, what people need to realize is what the terrain is like in the southern part of the state. There are a lot of little mountains and then a lot of valleys and riparian areas. And I have been told on several occasions by Border Patrol that yes, the drug cartels put people on top of these mountains. And by the way, part of this is on an Indian reservation in which the tribe there does not want to have a lot of Border Patrol or other people running all around the reservation. So they don't like to have the government people stationed anywhere. But the drug people are able to find spots where they can hide out. Both just south of the border, and Senator McCain and I were there Saturday. The Border Patrol pointed out to us, there's a hill. The drug cartel guys are up there right now watching us, and obviously what they figure out is, where's the Border Patrol? And when they leave, now it's safe to take our load right on through. So they have sophisticated radio equipment in supply, and they have the very best. Their equipment is as good as ours, as the Border Patrol's.
Next, what do